try to like restrict them from doing these things, I think is pretty unfair to them, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So
I think this is incredibly frustrating because they're essentially just banning girls from girls' sports.
Right.
And like
Mhm.
I don't know if they recognize that that's exactly what they're doing, but like I don't. It's another situation where it's like, wow, why does the government have a hand in this?
True.
And I also think in this it says they're only worry about passing the event about passing a ban is that it would jeopardize things in Utah, like the All-Star game.
Right.
So you have to think that after the 2023 NBA All-Star game, which will probably it's like about a year, could they put in a ban afterwards? Because usually when an All-Star game is held somewhere, it's not there for another 30 something years.
Yeah.
And also Utah, the Jazz are the only team that play there. So it's not like there's going to be other major events happening.
Right.
Unless it's like the draft or something. But
Very true. And to play devil's advocate, first off, does anyone, I don't know myself, what way does Utah lead? Are they red or blue? I'm assuming red, but I
think yeah.
Yeah. So okay. Isaiah says red. To play devil's advocate, the preserving fairness side, I don't know exactly how to say it, but I think they're in the mindset that like they still have transgender girl means boy to girl, correct?
Yeah.
So I think they still have that mentality like, oh, these people used to have the physical attributes of men, which would grossly unbalance the game. That's what I'm taking away from the preserve fairness side of it. Unfortunately, the way I read it is like, oh, like before I read it and before I got through the whole like ban thing, I'm like, oh, preserving fairness, like they're letting everybody play. No, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
They're like, girls play girl sports. It's not the most open-minded solution, and I think it's not a great argument, but I'm pretty sure that's where that side of the argument is coming from.
Yeah, and I don't think that it's about preserving fairness. They're just like,
oh no,
what could we do to make these people's lives even worse?
Yeah,
exactly. It's what we see with the Utah, not Utah.
And there's so much like and probably in Utah too. There's probably a lot of like hate there. So
you mean specifically against LG?
Yeah. That playing in sports for a lot of people is like a de-stressor. It's something that takes your minds off of things, and you could get really good like team skills and working together. And I think if you take that, you could take that away for a lot of people, and more people be isolated, and it's not a good thing.
Yeah, but like Tanner said before, we can only see what happens after 2023. This might be just like, hey, we kind of want sports in the state, so we're going to hold off doing anything until after. But moving on, Aiden, do you want to take the next story?
Sure, of course. Updates from our upstairs neighbor, aka Canada. According to APnews.com, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has invoked emergency powers on Monday to stop the paralyzing protests by truckers and others anger over Canada's COVID-19 restrictions. Prime Minister Trudeau said, quote, "These blockades are illegal, and if you are still participating, it's time to go home now." Canada's Emergencies Act gives the federal government broad powers to restore order, and it should be noted that Trudeau ruled out using the military force. His government instead threatened to tow away vehicles to keep essential services running, freeze truckers' personal and corporate bank accounts, and suspend the insurance on their rings. Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland said, quote, "Consider yourselves warned. Send your rings home." Freeland, who is also the finance minister, said the government will also broaden its anti-money laundering regulations to target crowdfunding sites that are being used to support the illegal blockades. Trudeau did not indicate whether when the new crackdowns would begin, but he gave assurance the emergency measures, quote, will be time limited, geographically targeted, as well as reasonable and proportionate to the threats they are meant to address.
I think this is the most aggressive thing Canada's ever done in its entire history.
That's I don't think you're wrong about that.
So let me get this straight. It's just I don't understand why the truckers are doing this, but they're road blocking, like
Something to
they're
do with
blocking the
COVID,
road.
I think.
Right.
Something to do
Yeah,
with,
because
like,
it says
COVID.
emergency. It's because of the vaccine mandate.
Yeah,
That
I
makes
think
sense.
I think truckers. I think Canada put into some law that truckers need to have the vaccine,
Really?
and I think all these people are protesting. Although, I believe I saw something that 90% of truckers in Canada are already vaccinated. So
Yeah,
guess
that's
so,
the
yeah.
biggest thing. Like everyone's like, you see all these protests against vaccine, and then you look at the numbers like, wait, a majority of people are. Why is there an
Exactly.
issue? But then, like, obviously, if you're looking
Yeah.
at populations
And
of entire countries, it's like 10% is still a lot of people.
I saw on the news on Friday that Saturday actually that they were planning. I don't know if there actually was. They were planning on having a blockade at the big game
Oh, really?
going into it. I don't know if there was. I don't believe there was.
Right.
But they were talking about doing something there, and that would be
Yeah.
that would cause a lot. Sports traffic is bad, and
Yeah.
that would make it 50 times worse.
Yeah. So an update. It's not just the vaccine mandate. Isaiah informed us they have to be vaccinated in order to cross the U.S.-Canada border.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I'm interested in which, I don't know if it was a mutual agreement or like one country mandated it over the other. And apparently it only applies to truckers. So I guess travelers, tourists, stuff like that, they're good to go. Although, as we've seen, like you said, 90% of truckers are vaccinated. And I'm sure a majority of the general population is as well. At least I haven't checked the numbers in a while, but like here in the US, a majority, that meaning over 50%, have been vaccinated, right?
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
So, there's not much we can really say or do. Like, we have no power to stop these blockades. We
I
can
guess-
just report on them.
Yeah, and I guess the only thing we can do is just hope that the future
Yeah.
holds better circumstances than these planned things going on. Because people don't want to get vaccinated.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Right.
So-
But until then, what we can do now is head to break. And when we come back, we will have more stories. If you could meet any musical artist or work with them, who would it be? I would say try to limit yourself to one, but I know I can't.
I
So
cannot do
go
that.
crazy.
So when you say meet any musical artist, can you get to hang out with them too?
Yes. The way I'm taking the question, which Emo wrote, not me, credit to her.
Go for it.
I'm taking it a meet in person, kind of like conversation-esque type of meet, not like, hi, meet and greet. Okay, next person,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
the
okay.
goal.
Matt Walsh singing 3 Days Grace for me.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice.
Love Matt Walsh.
The artist off the top of my head would be Grandson.
Really?
Yes,
I would have said Palais for you. but-
I've met Palais.
Oh,
My-
sorry.
I would actually, of course, I would love to meet them again if I could, because I also included who would you possibly collaborate with, and if I had a musical career, I would melt if I had the opportunity to collaborate with Palais Royale. But an artist that I haven't met and I haven't actually seen in concert yet is Grandson, and I just absolutely love his passion that you could feel through his music, and I feel like he would just be an awesome person to have a genuine conversation with.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does the artist have to be alive currently?
No.
Okay.
It would make it hard to collaborate with
It
them,
would.
but for the sake of a hypothetical
was-
question,
Go
go
for it.
ahead.
Mine would probably be Freddie Mercury. I want to see like how he would be like as a because he's on stage
Yeah.
and he goes nuts on stage. But I'm just like, I wonder if you could just like hang out with him and talk and just be like, hey, what's up?
That sounds really cool.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm
Kyle, decide.
I have two answers,
Go for
so
it. I won't limit you.
they would be obviously Jake Segura of Citizen
Mhm.
Soldier.
Mhm.
I interviewed him. He was cool, but to actually work with him would be awesome. And then my other one is actually from a band that's appearing on Tunes on Tuesday. Dan Avedon of Shadow Academy, also of Game Grumps, also of Sky Hill, also of NSP, which I can't say what that stands for. Yeah, I mean, he seems like a cool dude to hang out with. I would like to meet him. And Isaiah just threw out in the chat Nickelback.
I love
And
Nickelback.
honestly, why not?
I
you know,
love Jack
you know,
Boger.
maybe I would get shown a lot of photographs, and it would make me laugh.
Look, I don't know too much
How did
about
I would say, how did my eyes get so red? And what the
I'm just
heck
gonna-
is on Joey's head?
I'm just gonna make a safe call there. But
We're all
look, I
trying to
don't know
rock
about
stars.
how they are in person. I've heard some things, but like I don't mind their music. Also, my greatest family heirloom is a Nickelback CD of Dark Horse.
Love Dark Horse. Love Dark Horse. Yes.
Are you being genuine or
I
sarcastic?
love Nickelback. I'm serious.
Oh, awesome. So Aiden agrees with me
I
in all music. Emily's just slowly dying.
I am neutral. I forgot.
I don't
about
know. I
the
don't
family
like
tradition.
Nickelback music.
I
just don't think it's good.
think they get a bad rap. It's not
Look at
bad. I've
this
definitely there's
crap.
a lot of other things that are worse. But
Yeah, but
That-
I don't know. It's
How do you sell a band like that? There are other things that are
Yeah.
worse.
That's-
Okay,
because
Kyle.
everyone's like, oh, Nickelback is the worst band. Ho, 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 ho. And I'm like, no,
They're not. They're
that's
not.
No,
not true.
I'm sure there's worse.
Hang on, Kyle. Wait. Did you know Nickelback actually helped Matt Walsh get into the rock industry early on?
Really
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Before he joined 2 Days Grace, he was in a band called My Darkest Days.
Yes, I know them.
Nickelback helped form their whole creation and success.
That's
See, they're
awesome.
not that bad.
Exactly.
I mean, just because they could form a band doesn't mean they're
Hey,
not
I can't
bad.
do
He
that.
He helped My Darkest Days get created as well as being on tour for Dark Horse. Like he's like balanced those two things. How
I'm
does anybody
sorry.
do
I'm
that?
not like I just listen to music. I don't look into history.
Neither do I. But
I have no
always find it
idea what any of these
fascinating.
bands are,
I don't think anybody
except
can do
for
that.
Nickelback.
You don't know
It's
3 Days
okay.
Grace?
I've heard of it. I don't.
You know sport, and that's what
You hurt
matters.
me, Tanner.
Me too.
I'm sorry.
It's
Kyle,
okay.
I imagine.
I
that
just
was what you
listen
did
to the
out there.
music. I've probably heard one of their songs. I just listen to the music.
Look,
I'm not
I
like,
do too.
who
I-
made this?
I credit
I mean,
3
I
Days
am, but-
Grace for the person I am today.
Me too. Me too, Emily.
That's fair. Me too. Actually, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't go through an emo phase. If
Whoa.
I did, it's happening now.
It's happening right now. You're welcome.
Still
Actually.
in it.
So
It's never a phase.
you got me on
Never.
Bring
Oh,
Me the
damn.
Horizon. 3 Days Grace was my own volition.
I don't know. I'm looking at pictures of
Oliver
3 Days Grace.
Sykes.
They look like they're way too old to be wearing their
You know what,
outfits.
Tanner, just don't. If you're gonna,
They look like they're like 40-year-old guys.
And they're
maybe
all
don't
some
look
40-year-old
up, like
guys.
Slipknot, Black Veil Brides,
Well,
Oh,
that-
yeah, I know.
Lordy.
I don't
I
know.
suppose
I
it'll
always had a
happen.
problem with like guys dressing up like in these outfits that they make them
Never-
look like
it's
they're
part
like,
of the performance.
but they make them look like they're like
It's
15.
part of the art. It's part of the
I
art,
don't
bro.
know.
I guess we have another
You're
topic.
ruining
You
the
have,
illusion,
do you have to
Tanner.
bring in the next discussion topic next week, Emily?
Or no,
like
at least
about
I have a
bands who put on gimmicks.
I have a
That
I have a
music
problem.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
is that Chris Pratt?
No.
That's Nickelback.
Nickelback.
Yeah,
Which one? were
Which
you
one looks like
talking
Chris
about?
On the-
Pratt?
on the far
Isaiah,
on the
come
far
really
right.
Close, zoom in.
It's
Just go
not-
That
closer.
looks like Toby from The Office.
That's Chad's brother. That's Mike Kroger. The
Isaiah,
bassist.
what are you doing?
Go closer.
Stop.
The
Please
bassist from
closer.
Nickelback.
Oh, you're listening. Dang it, we still have 2 minutes. Somebody stop him.
Let's
no.
see.
And
we
that's
have-
Daniel Adair. Hey, Chad Kroger. Look at Chad.
Look.
That
You
guy.
know
Chris
about-
Pratt.
Oh.
That's Chris
Oh,
Pratt.
That
okay,
looks
wait.
nothing
No,
like
wait,
him.
wait, I
No.
kind of see it.
They're
I kind of
peeking.
see it.
Thank you.
I kind of see
Thank
it.
you.
I don't. I
Well,
don't see it.
use
We have
eyes.
Toby and Chris Pratt in this.
His name is Ryan.
Laughs
He's a
and never
guitarist.
seen The Office, so sorry.
Really?
I can't deal with the cringe humor. I got past season 1 and that was it.
That's okay. I haven't seen it in a very long time.
I cannot.
Cringe humor, yet you made the Terminator video.
Cringe humor, yet you're like this as a person.
Really?
For a backstory, Kyle has a YouTube channel and there's a video where he calls the Terminator.
Well, at least you got it right. Mike always says he calls me. Wow, you did not have to call me out like that. All right, you know what? I can't make fun of my crew without taking some myself, so that's all fair. You're good, Tanner.
Calling the Terminator. He
Actually
actually answered.
9 seconds.
Shut up,
5,
Kingpin.
4, 3, 2, 1. You're listening to
Happy
90.3
New Year.
WMSC Upper Montclair. We're going to take a short break and then we come back for the second hour of the morning buzz. I don't want to talk to these people anymore. See you later. Welcome back to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I said that before. Unfortunately, I couldn't find replacements for my entire crew in that 2-minute little break. So I'm stuck with these people again, who just do nothing but insult me, which is fair. Isaiah, stop it! You're supposed to be the
Micro.
professional one
I
here.
don't mind looking at Mike. I don't mind looking at Mike Rogan.
Ah,
He's a great
okay.
bassist.
Actually, I think we should keep
Hi.
him there the rest of the hour.
Welcome to morning 2 of the hour buzz. See what you all do to me?
Okay, Kyle, you got sleep last night, unlike last week.
Yeah. And
Yes,
you're even
true.
worse this week.
That's not true.
Are you sure about Well,
That is a good
I
point.
wasn't here either.
All
so-
right. Yes, we're in hour 2. Before we get to the
Electric
sportscast and
Boogaloo.
newscast, as we normally do, reintroduce everyone. I'm Kyle Pepitone, producer, co-host, newscaster, God, Aiden Ivers,
Hello.
sportscaster Tanner Price, and Emily. Really? Our Tunes on Tuesday segment host, Emily McCormack.
Thank you.
We've got some interesting stories. We got the Oscars news. We got some more of that. Am I in the wrong? As you saw it 2 weeks ago. What else are we looking at? Hugging cows, which relates back to our interview with Jess. And of course, Florida. What are we gonna do?
Everyone's favorite.
But that's all for a later time, in roughly 20 minutes or so. Aiden, take it away with the newscast.
Thank you, Kyle. Good morning, everybody. This is the second hour of the Tuesday morning bus, sharing 90.3 WMSC up in Montclair, New Jersey. And my name is Aiden Ivers, here with the newscast. In national news, according to CNN, 2 officers involved in the death of George Floyd to testify in court trial. J. Alexander Kug and To Thao, former Minneapolis police officers, plan to present their case in court throughout this year, following the events of May 2020. In statewide news, according to NJ.com, Governor Phil Murphy and other lawmakers plan to introduce legislation that would limit the cost of life-saving drugs for some New Jersey residents. And in local news, according to Montclair Local, about 2,000 people, including local and community leaders, along with state representatives, gathered at the Montclair Art Museum this weekend to celebrate the largest Lunar New Year celebration to date. And for weather, today is a step further away from the warm weekend we just had, with a high of 32 and low 19, followed by being back in the loop with a high of 47 and a low of 43 on Wednesday. And on Thursday, greatness is upon us with a high of 62 and a low of 48 with a rainy night. And into the weekend, we're looking at a compromise with a high 55, low 21 on Friday, high 45, low 23 on Saturday, and a high of 42 and low 30 on Sunday. I am Aiden Ivers, and this has been your Hour 2 newscast on a Tuesday Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC, Upper Montclair, New Jersey.
Montclair, be warmer, please.
No,
Ah.
no thank
Okay,
you.
Tanner, sportscast, please. Thank you.
The NFL season is over. The Rams are champions, but they gained some news yesterday that could have a huge part in free agency. Soon to be free agent wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. suffered a torn ACL on his left knee during the big game. Beckham tore the same ACL 16 months prior when he was still with the Browns. Other than this, it is a week celebration for a championship team in the Rams. I'm happy about that. The Montreal Canadiens are a team that have been going down in flames since their cup run. And yesterday, one of their players joined the Flames. Forward Tyler Toffoli is continuing his Canadian road trip after a trade to Calgary. The return is Tyler Pitlick, Emil Heineman, a 2022 first-round pick, and a 2023 fifth-round pick. Wednesday will be a big day in Sin City. Golden Knights forward Jack Eichel will make his long-awaited Vegas debut on Wednesday versus the Colorado Avalanche. The Rangers are home tonight against the Bruins. The Devils are home against the Lightning, and the Islanders are in Buffalo to take on the Sabres. Last night, the Nets defeated the Kings 109-85, and the Knicks lost 127-123 in overtime to the Oklahoma City Thunder. This has been the 8 a.m. Sportscast on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, this is 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I feel like I have to apologize in advance for whatever outbursts may come of this next hour, because clearly the first hour and up until this point, I have no composure. So I apologize for whatever arm flailing tirades I go on from now on. So leading off this next segment is going to be Aiden. Aiden, tell us, are you in the wrong?
I honestly think it's going to be really interesting. You can see
Okay.
you're going to be able to see both sides of this issue really, really clearly. I think by the time I'm done reading. All right. So here we go. I am a 32-year-old woman, and my daughter Chloe is 4 years old. She has a fascination with princesses and loves the color pink. Chloe only wears dresses and has an array of tiaras she wears everywhere except at preschool where she can't, but she does have it in her backpack. My 33-year-old cousin Alex invited us to his wedding. Chloe was excited because she got to dress up and stay dressed up the entire time. She also couldn't wait to see the bride's dress. She asked if she could wear her prince tiara, and I said, of course. We got to the wedding on time. However, the start time was delayed for unknown reasons. 15 minutes after it was supposed to start. One of the bridesmaids came out and told me that the bride, Jen, was refusing to come out because my daughter was wearing a tiara. I thought she was joking, but she wasn't. Apparently, the bride was also wearing a tiara and wanted to be the only one wearing it. I told the bridesmaid that Chloe loves tiaras and always wears them. The bridesmaid said, "Not today, she isn't," and told me it needed to be removed. I said no. The bride is a grown woman and was being petty over a child's tiara. The bridesmaid left for a couple minutes and then Alex himself came out. He told me to leave. I asked why, and he said because I won't tell Chloe to take off her tiara. I said it was ridiculous, and Alex said, "It's not my wedding, and when I get married, then Chloe can wear it to mine. But that I'm officially uninvited regardless." Others around me told me to just take it off, and I wouldn't. Alex's mom came over and escorted me out. Chloe was upset and crying because she felt she did something wrong. And I'm upset because I can't believe someone would be jealous over a literal 4-year-old. I also feel bad because Chloe was really looking forward to seeing Jen's dress because she loves wedding dresses. But literally, no one is on my side. And P.S. Someone asked if my cousin has a mental illness. And I said no, but the bride has Asperger's. And they said that's not important for you all to know.
No, that is important.
It is important.
That is important for us to know.
Oh,
So
that's important. That's my bad. Sorry. That is important. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's my bad. I didn't read that. But
So yeah,
sorry.
that is important to note because up until you said that, it'd be like, yeah, the bride's in the wrong. Like it's a 4 year. I get it's your wedding, but come on. But with the added information, it does change things a little bit. I don't know too much about what Asperger's like.
Wait, I'm sorry. Yeah. Why would that?
What it does, like how it affects you, but
I have family members that have it.
oh, okay.
There's different. I believe there's like different levels of it, of how it affects you. Like I have two cousins that have it. One has like severely, one not so much, and it's
The spectrum.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, but I don't know how
severe
it is in this in this case. But I would think I think after that, I think the mom is also in fault because it's something very little. Like if it was like the kid was wearing a white dress and the bride wanted to be the only person in a white dress, I could see where the woman would be like, no, I'm not taking my kid out of here.
I think that's a big thing too.
It's probably like a $2 princess tiara.
Right.
Is it gonna?
But here's the thing, it's a 4-year-old. 4-year-old children are known for being
True,
stubborn and eccentric. What I did about the Oscars,
here's the
that's what a 4-year-old.
But it's not like the kid. It's not like she took it off. It's not like she took it off.
Right.
And the kid just wouldn't shut up. She just wouldn't take it off regardless.
True.
But
I do feel if she did say, sorry, you can't wear it, hysterics would have ensued. Or at least to an extent.
I suppose we don't.
Yeah,
really know.
I guess, but I don't.
It's a hard one to call because of what the circumstances were.
Yeah.
So I think there's a little bit. Jake said this last time we did it, that there's another option where like everyone shares some part of the blame.
Yeah.
So I feel like some of it's there, and even so, I don't. At the end, it said even the groom came out, the person's cousin, and be like, "Hey, no, please."
Yeah.
And then threw her out, which, because she was stubborn enough not to say, not to give in. I understand why they uninvited her, but it's stories like this. It's like, yeah, there's a little bit of blame to go around to everyone. There's no one person dead set on you messed up.
It's weird because like on the surface you want to say, oh, it's not that deep, but you could say that either way.
Right.
It's like, oh, it's not that deep, please just let the kid wear the tiara. But at the same time, it's like, I guess just take it off.
And also it is probably the one day for the bride where she could probably feel like everyone's wedding day is like the day they feel like the most important person.
Yes.
Right.
I'm gonna have to take your word for it because I've never had a wedding myself.
Yeah, me neither. But I don't. That's what I don't know. That's what I kind of like get from it. So like you want, and also she wants probably everything to go perfect, and like everything she wanted it because there's a lot of stress involved with wedding days.
Yeah, I get that.
So I could see why this would happen.
Yeah.
But, like, is it just me, or out of the recent like after parties that I've been to, right after the ceremony's over, every DJ's voice is the exact same.
It might
tone.
be the same DJ.
You never know. And they play the same playlist with the same blaring volume.
I want to make a band, get big, marry, and then just have my own band play at my wedding. And just
awesome.
make it all originals.
Would you play though? Would you play your own songs?
I don't think I would play in a band. I would just be the guy who writes behind the scenes.
Oh, okay.
I don't have what most people would call a singing voice.
Okay.
Or
well, no, if you played an instrument,
the slide whistle.
The triangle.
Okay. Would you play the slide whistle at the wedding?
I don't know how many songs I would include a slide whistle in, but
or
better bet I'd play the slide whistle.
Would there be someone in the back? Would there be someone in the back during like, it's like you may now kiss the bride?
All right, so we've seen to unanimously agree that everyone here has a little bit of blame. So to wrap up this show, welcome that's an ending to 90.3 WMSC's Upper Montclair's The Morning Buzz on Tuesday. I'd say your names, but I don't trust myself to get them right anymore. I'm Kyle Pepitoneand. That is Aiden Ivers, our co-host / sportscaster / producer / he's the radio himself. Nickelback lover. Sportscaster Tanner Price.
Wrong. Oh. My name is Brian.
Oh, okay.
That's Brian. Yeah. My name is Brian.
Brilliant.
Yeah. My name is Brian. Yeah.
And then we have our Emily segment host, Music McCormack, Mick Mole, Mick Rib.
McGriddle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have a good day, everyone.
Have a great day.